to our Chan class. By tradition, I would allow me to speak in Vietnamese as well. Why is it important to you? Because if I don't, my Vietnamese cooking staff will rebel and they stop cooking. That means no lunch for us. Okay, so so please bear with us. Besides, it's good to learn to. Part of the Chan practice is to learn to be patient. Chan is about meditation, is about patience. It's about patience training. So when you hear something that you don't understand, just close your eyes and relax and wait. That's patience. Patience is about waiting. All right. You wait until you can get what you want, and that's part of the Chan training. One of the elements of success is to learn to build your patience, to wait until the conditions are ripe to get what you want, to make you move. Okay, so Chan is waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and not falling asleep. All right, so today we have a few new people here, and that's why I would like to talk a little bit about our Chan practice for your sake. First of all, the two of you who have a chance to sit here, how was your sit? Trouble concentrating, relaxing. You have the same problem too?
My thoughts tended to go pretty. I saw how gross it was.
Your what?
How gross my mind was.
Your mind was. You meditate at all? Do you meditate at all?
Yes.
You do meditate. Okay? You meditate. And where do you meditate and how long have you been meditating? English okay for you? Tiếng Anh được không? You lady.
I'm good.
Oh, you're good, okay. Very good. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I have the mic. I've been meditating for about 5 years.
5 years.
And I meditate with the Goenkaji Vipassana meditation. I started the 10-day retreats they have. I've been doing in that using that.
And you still
technique.
have trouble concentrating after 10 days retreats?
No, after the 10-day retreat, I can concentrate really well.
Really well.
Yeah, but it fades.
Now
a
it's
little
getting
bit.
bad.
Yeah, well, I also have different levels of standards for myself. What I mean, yeah, it's where not being able to concentrate before was different than now. Yeah.
Of course. When you practice meditation, naturally your concentration increases. Okay, it's good. And I'm going to sip a lot of Vietnamese because the Vietnamese know about this already. I mean, my kitchen staff know already. They are very good meditators, by the way. So I will translate only things that I want them to know, to understand. The meditation, the more you practice, the more your concentration will increase. Okay, and what does it mean? Concentration, increased concentration. It means that you are able to be less distracted by other things. You learn to concentrate on one thing. Okay. And that's what the training is about. The training in meditation is to enable you to learn to concentrate. How you learn concentration? To concentrate? How? How were you taught to concentrate? Did you meditate at all? You do.
Deep breathing,
Deep breathing, like everyone else. Does it help? What kind of effect does concentration do for you?
It relaxes me.
It relaxes you.
Yeah, it helps me stay focused when I
Stay
take
focused?
a deep breath and kind of decompress.
Yes. And the fact is that meditation improves your health. Okay. Do you know that you cannot improve your concentration, increase your concentration, unless it's accompanied by an increase in your well-being, your health? Did anyone ever tell you that? No. Huh? Yes?
I found that it does heal my body.
Yes. Very good. Meditation provides healing, by the way. You know that? Meditation heals. That is something that the meditation teachers don't do a good job enough to explain to you, that meditation actually is a healing process. It's a self-healing process. You know, like at night, when you sleep, you heal yourself, you repair yourself, right? Meditation is also a time during the day, when you meditate, you actually are performing self-healing. Okay? That's why you notice, for example, the meditation teachers, they don't age at all. You notice that? Especially the Chinese ones. It's not, I guarantee you, it's not the beer or the pizza that they eat. It is meditation, really. Because meditation really performs repairs, provides healing, and slows down the aging process. You know that we were dying slowly, right? And meditation slows down the rate of decay by repairing the cells. Okay? And how does it happen? It happens because it teaches you, enables you to avoid diverting resources away from those processes. Case in point, what proof do I have? Okay? At night, when you sleep, okay, your body repairs itself. Explain this to your husband, Anna. This meditation and Chan practice is very scientific. Trust, mind you, okay? At night, when you sleep, your body repairs itself. How come? Because your mind is not working. Think about it. It's not as actively working as you were when you are awake. Notice that? That's when the body can then devote its resources to repairing, to perform repairs, the necessary repairs to your body. Otherwise, you will not make it. You will not be able to function. You notice that? Okay? So, in order for you to heal yourself, to repair yourself, you need to stop thinking. You notice that? There's a direct correlation between when you sleep, your mental processes are at minimal state, and your normal bodily functions take over, right? So those functions cannot be at its maximum efficiency unless your mind is not interfering with it. No one ever explained that to you? No. No one, right? You had a hunch. I never explained this to my students either. You see, because only new people come along, I had to find a new way to explain to you and then keep them interested at the same time. Otherwise, go, boring every week, and it's the same thing over and over again. Oh my God, what am I doing here? Okay? This is the truth. The fact is that if you are able during the day to suspend your thought processes, you're healing yourself. The same thing as when you're sleeping. Does it make sense to you? It's a natural process. You don't have to say, hey, listen, I'm going to shut down and you better repair yourself. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. Just shut down, stop thinking, and your body repairs itself. You don't even have to sleep. You see that? You see, this is something that doctors fail to understand and medical professionals fail to understand yet, is because they don't understand meditation. Meditation is a simple process of shutting down your mental processes in order for the body to take care of itself the way it should. For example, if it finds that the blood is not circulating properly when you bend your legs like that, it goes and pushes it and say, okay, let's increase the blood flow so that the blood flows naturally. Okay? And you see, that's a natural process of healing. When you go to acupuncture, okay, the acupuncturist takes a needle, and they stick it in the various points of your body. To do what? To stimulate, to unblock the qi flow. Heard of the qi? Qi is a natural life force, the energy, the life energy that flows within your body naturally. Okay? And it turns out that the qi flow is affected because of your mental processes. The more you think, the weaker your qi flows throughout your system. Your life force, your energy is weaker when it flows through. Do you know? I'm sure most of you don't know this, okay, because I haven't taught you this yet. This is a secret when you learn about, when you understand Chan up there. When you get up there, you understand this process. Okay? Let me go to the Vietnamese now. They're probably wondering, is it going to be my turn or should I go on strike? Ngày hôm nay thầy giảng sơ có mấy người mới đến, thầy giới thiệu cho họ, muốn giới thiệu cho họ hiểu về cái thiền, thầy nói với họ về những cái quan điểm về thiền. Thiền là một cái phương pháp để quý vị tự chữa bệnh. Tại sao như vậy? Quý vị nhớ lại cho coi, lúc mà ngủ ban đêm á, khi mà quý vị mà ngừng suy nghĩ lại, ngủ thì cái cơ thể mình nó tự chữa lại, nó tự chữa bệnh lại, nó tự hồi phục cái sức khỏe lại, nó sửa chữa những cái tế bào nó bị hư hại. Quý vị thấy không? Cái đó nó chỉ xảy ra khi nào cái óc quý vị nó ngừng hoạt động như quý vị đang ngủ vậy. Ok? Thành ra cái thiền là cái lúc mà quý vị thức ban ngày mà quý vị tập ngừng hoạt động cái óc của quý vị thì tự động cái cơ thể quý vị nó tự động nó sẽ sửa chữa. Chính vì lúc mình suy nghĩ đó là mình đang cản trở cái sự sửa chữa, cái sự hồi phục sức khỏe của mình. Ok? Thành ra cái thiền là một cái phương pháp rất là hữu hiệu để mà tự chữa bệnh, để mà tự sửa chữa. Ok? All right. Any questions about that so far? Oh, I was about, yes.
Let's see. So when I feel energy in my body, is that qi or is that something else?
Yes, that's qi flowing right there. Okay. Your qi is very strong too, by the way. Your mind is very strong. Okay. Sometimes, if you are able to concentrate, then the qi flows accordingly, more strongly accordingly. Okay, so that's why when you learn to concentrate, the qi flows stronger and stronger and stronger with your increased concentration. Okay, càng chú tâm thì khí lực nó càng chạy càng mạnh. Okay, so for example, the qi flow is your life energy flows through our system. It circulates. It has a complete circulation in the system. Cái khí lực quý vị đó, khí quý vị nó chuyển vận trong cái cơ thể quý vị đó. Okay. The reason you're alive is because the chi flows, of this chi flow throughout your system. Cái lý do chúng ta sống là nhờ cái khí nó chuyển, nó vận chuyển trong tất cả mọi cái cơ thể chúng ta. This is why the acupuncturists or the herbal medicine doctors, Eastern medicine, they constantly focus on the chi flow in order to heal. Because when the chi flow is obstructed, okay, you get sick. Bởi vậy khi Đông y chúng ta lại chú trọng về cái khí lực nó vận chuyển. Tại vì khi mà cái khí mà không bị nghẹt lại thì quý vị sẽ bệnh hoạn. For example, the people who have heart diseases, chẳng hạn như những cái người mà bị bệnh tim, it's because there's a chi blockage right there in the heart, and where the chi does not flow anymore. Thì người bệnh tim mà tại ngay trong tim họ bị cái khí nó nghẹt lại. What does it mean, chi blockage? Chi blockage means that the model is that the chi brings on the blood flow. Okay? That's how. When your chi flows strongly, then the blood flows. So wherever the chi flows, the blood follows. You see that? This is the model. The model is the chi has to come first, and then it brings along the blood. Okay? So when the chi is blocked, the blood is also blocked. That's why you're sick and you die. Okay? Cái khí nó chuyển vận, nó sẽ dẫn tới cái huyết, nó sẽ chuyển vận. Cái khí nó dẫn huyết. Cái đó là cái theo Đông y là dạy nó, khí dẫn huyết. Okay? That's why the acupuncturist, herbal medicine doctor, they give you herbs or use needles to unblock the chi, because unblocking the chi will bring the chi to the organs. That means the blood will go to the organs, therefore the organs will be alive again, will be rejuvenated. Is that clear? Quý vị thấy không? Bên Đông y chúng ta biết là khí nó dẫn huyết, có nghĩa là khi mà khí nó bị nghẹt lại thì chúng ta phải cần mấy thầy thuốc đó phải cần thốc cái khí, hoặc là để nó khí nó qua, nó thông qua thì cái huyết nó mới thông qua được, thì như vậy cái bộ phận nó mới sống lại. Okay, so do you know that as you're alive, your chi has to flow throughout your entire body. That's how the blood is circulated throughout your system. Thành ra quý vị biết không, cái khí đó nó phải vận chuyển khắp tất cả cái cơ thể quý vị. Thì về huyết nó mới vận chuyển hết tất cả cái cơ thể quý vị được. You see that? So do you know that your chi makes a full circulation, full revolution in about between an hour and a half to 2 hours. In every hour and a half, more likely 2 hours. The chi flows completely throughout your body. Quý vị biết không, cái khí đó nó sẽ vận chuyển khắp một cái vòng tròn khắp tất cả quý vị nội trong 2 tiếng đồng hồ. Okay, and that's how the blood needs to circulate throughout your system in 2 hours. That's how it works. Okay, cái khí nó phải chuyển như vậy thì cái huyết nó phải chạy như vậy nội trong 2 tiếng đồng hồ. Alright? Any questions about that? This is why, yes.
I've experienced feeling drained by certain relationships in my past.
Yes.
That seem to actually take energy from me.
Right.
Is that possible?
Yes, absolutely.
How do you replenish?
How do you replenish?
Meditate?
You meditate. Okay. You cut it off first of all.
Yeah.
If that person drains you,
Yeah.
you cut him off.
Yeah.
Okay. You say, "Excuse me, I need to go to my bathroom." Okay. As far away from him as possible. Okay. And you might have a drive to the next McDonald's or something. Okay. Okay. But get away from him. Get away from her, and then meditate. Why? Because you need to stop the drainage first. If you feel you're being drained and you're not stopping the drainage, the meditation helps very little because you still have what we call outflows, the chi outflows. Okay? Yeah. It's a chi loss, therefore you replenish it not quickly enough. You don't have the skills to replenish it quickly enough yet. So the first thing you need to learn to do is chop it off. Cut it off. Okay? Stop. And the most effective way for you to stop is change. A change of scenery. Go somewhere else. Get away from them. Get away from people. You see, that's why when we meditate, the meditators, they say, "Oh, I don't," they go away from civilization because we are a drain on them. You know that? Yeah. Okay. The people are a drain on others, on meditators. That's why they shun us and they go to the mountains and they meditate by themselves. So they stop all drainages, all outflows. See that? Okay. Anyway, so that's why for the people who are experienced during the Chan week, our intensive meditation retreat, we sleep for 3 hours. We start at 3 in the morning until midnight. Pretty intensive, okay? Rồi cái thiền thất, quý vị biết, chúng ta tu cả ngày, như vậy cần ngủ 2 tiếng thôi là đủ rồi. Hiểu không? Thấy cái bí mật chưa? And then the secret is that we only sleep about 3 hours. That means that you lose a half hour to unwind, to wind down, because you're so hyped up you can't sleep very well. And then you need to go to, brush your teeth and change your clothes, whatever, okay? So actually, during our intensive training retreats, and you went to 10 days, I'm sure you slept more than 3 hours. We only give you 3 hours sleep because we want to make sure that you have one full cycle to repair yourself. You see the secret now. This is very important. That's why during these intensive meditation retreats, people do fine. They don't need to sleep that much, okay? But you still want to make sure you have one full cycle. Then you're okay. You understand now the secret about this Chinese training? It's very advanced. It's based on knowledge of how our body functions and how our mind functions. That's why design these very specialized techniques to help you develop your concentration power. Okay? All right. Any questions? Okay. So, in order for you to learn to concentrate, okay, nếu quý vị tập chú tâm, okay, the various form of techniques, có đủ thứ nữa. The one thing that all of you have probably learned about is the breathing techniques. Okay, basically, the basis of that. Why do people teach you breathing? Because you can have many reasons, but primary reason is that they bring you back to inside. They don't explain that to you that way. Yeah, you go back inside yourself. You separate yourself from the outside world. That's one of the first distinctions you need to learn when you meditate. You meditate because you want to separate yourself from the outside world. So one way to do that is to keep your mind focused on your body, what happens to you in your body. So people, for example, meditation teachers teach you to breathe, teach you to concentrate on the nose, teach you to concentrate on the top of the head, teach you to concentrate on the eye. Okay, they call the eye here, especially Indian teachers. Okay, or people teach you to concentrate on here and here. Okay, that's another dandian. This is middle dandian. This is the top dandian. This is a lower dandian. Okay, so all these various techniques are simply experience to teach you to bring you back to inside of yourself and become and detach from the outside world. That's the first thing you learn in meditation. So whatever experience you use, whether it's breathing, whether it's reciting something, a mantra, they all are designed for you to understand, develop the ability to shut out the outside world, cut off the outflows. That's what it means. Is it clear now? Why we need to, whatever you do doesn't matter. If you like to concentrate on breathing, that's fine. I don't like it because I find it too boring. I fall asleep. But my mind is always thinking about something, so I use that to develop other ways to increase concentration. But the point here is that you detach from the outside world. That's very important. Okay? So if you are able to detach from the outside world, number one, you cut out your outflows. Okay? You're minimizing your leakages. Okay? And number two, now you're able to become more aware of what's happening to your mind. And that's the second purpose of meditation. You have to be aware what your mind is doing. Okay? Your mind, how scattered your mind is. You cannot sustain one thought. That's the problem of our mind. Once you learn. So first thing, so meditation. I know I was about to explain you into more basic things, but somehow as I begin to talk, I changed my program right away on the fly. Okay, so that's why it's very hard for me to prepare any kind of classes or speech on meditation, because it changes constantly depending on the audience. Okay, so the point here is that let's be clear. The first thing you learn by meditation is to cut off your outflows. You see that? By going inside. Is that clear? So that means that if you hear noises from your daughter, from the dog barking, what do? Ignore it. Okay? Ignore it. Concentrate on what you're doing. Okay? So, part of meditation, okay, is a constant struggle for you to constantly weed out the external data, external stimuli that keeps them pulling you away from your topic of meditation. Is it clear? You cannot go beyond it. It happens to all of us. Every time you meditate, you should understand the process clearly. Isolate yourself. Go inside. Okay? Separate yourself from the external world. So keep on chopping it off. Remember when you were walking, I said, let go of your thoughts, let go of your thoughts, and your thoughts arise because of external stimuli. You walk, you feel the floor, the hard floor. Okay? You hear noises, you feel the wind, you smell food. Okay? All those are distractions. You need to, as your mind registers, it begins to think about it, begins to process it. You say, okay, stop it, drop it, don't process. That's what it means. Don't process it. Yes, it is the dog barking, but don't process it. Let it bark, okay? Even the thought, let it bark, should not even arise. You hear the dog barking, never mind, okay? Is it clear? That's what you do. The first thing you learn to do is isolate yourself. Okay? And concentrate on your topic of meditation. Then you're inside. Nên cái vị thấy không? Mấy bà cụ đó mà cứ nói là thầy không có dạy thiền. Đúng rồi, thầy không có dạy, tại trước giờ thầy không dạy nữa. Thiệt ra cái vị thiền là phải vào trong, phải phân biệt sự trong với ngoài nó rõ ràng. Okay? những cái lục trần, những âm thanh bên ngoài, những cái hương bên ngoài, những cái sắc bên ngoài đó là nó từ ra ngoài, nó kéo quý vị ra ngoài, đó là ngoại cảnh. Quý vị phải tập gạt nó ra. Okay. Ngồi thiền như vậy thì những cái tư tưởng nó nhảy lên, tại những tư tưởng nó khởi lên là tại vì quý vị phản ứng lại với những cái lục trần. Thành ra cái quá trình của thiền là quý vị phải tập ngồi đó mà kiên nhẫn, ngồi kia nó kiên mà lọc ra, chặt ra những cái tư tưởng đó. Thành ra chẳng hạn như ngồi đó mà ngửi một cái mùi đồ ăn thơm ngon thì nói, thay vì phải nói đồ ăn chắc cái này rõ ràng cái này là heo quay, thì cái vị chặt nó lập tức không nghĩ nó gì hết, chỉ kệ nó. Okay. Trở về lại cái vấn đề, cái mục đề thiền của mình, niệm Phật hoặc là niệm chú. Ok, rất là giản dị. Thì như vậy cái vị sẽ lọc cái lậu, chặt cái lậu ngay lập tức. Đó là việc đầu tiên của thiền, là mình luôn luôn mình gạt cái lậu mình ra, mình bít nó lại, không chạy ra ngoài nữa. Is it clear? Meditation is a struggle, no less. You learn, you struggle not to be pulled away outside. If you do that, then it's meditation. So you see that when you walk around, okay, or you sit there and these thoughts arise. What you don't realize, these thoughts arise in response to an external stimulus. Okay? So what you learn to do is you say, okay, I'm meditating, therefore that's not process this data. That is meditation. You don't have to sit. You don't. So that means when you're walking, that's also meditation. Is it clear? If you consciously choose to not process external stimuli, that is meditation. That's part of meditation. Okay? So when you're cooking, when you're cleaning, and you say, okay, I'm cleaning, but I'm not processing, then you're still meditation. You're still meditating while cleaning. You didn't know that, huh, Roberta? All these years you've been with me. So I haven't taught you that. Okay? So when I tell you, Roberta, to go wipe this thing clean, meditate, okay, while doing it. Okay. When I tell you to go cook, okay, then cook, but don't think. That's meditation.
It's when one is out of themselves, like almost out-of-body experience. I've had those.
Yes, many people do. Yes?
Is that part of meditation?
No.
Out-of-body experience, or when you, like I'd be wheeling down the road, I wouldn't even think about what I'm doing, and before I know it, I'm in place, you know. But I'm not even thinking about what I'm actually doing.
Yes. Yes.
Really, I'm constant.
That is meditation. That is meditation.
So we could be in action and still meditate.
Yes, scary, isn't it?
Be in a place, yeah.
Yeah, don't tell people that. They think we're crazy.
But I've done that.
It happens to all of us. All of us. Yeah, you're able to you have good concentration already. Okay? What it means is that, you know what it means, what he just talked about? Had it happened to you too?
Yeah, and I think the best martial artists are those that have the best meditate while they're in movement.
You see, she's a kung fu lady as well. Okay.
The best time to do it is when we're in movement, or we can do it when we're sitting still, or we can do it in movement. I do it in movement.
Yes, you can do it in movement, precisely. People don't understand. It's from where I came from, Anna, I first thought that I cannot, what he talked about is, what is it? Before I explain this, what is it, you guys who understand? What he's talking about? He says, I go down, I'm going somewhere, and all of a sudden I don't realize it, but I get there. I don't even know what happened, right? It's just there, right?
Just in a place.
Yeah, it's just in a place. You know? among other things. He has many experiences he's describing. I'm not going to explain to it. I keep on smelling fruit all the time. See, I'm resisting and meditating as well as I explained to you. Because I keep on smelling all kinds of fruit flavors. Cantaloupe, and then I smell very strong cantaloupe odor. Never mind, an orange. So distracting. So you can see I'm struggling as well when I meditate. What he's talking about, this is quite common. When I first started, I thought that you cannot, what is called, he's referring to the state of samadhi, meaning that your mind stops working. Your conscious mind stops working. It just blanks out. Anyone ever happened to any of you? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I know you're there already. Yes? Okay? Oh yeah, these people are shy. Okay. It's called samadhi because somehow your mind blanks out. Okay? And then it comes back. It's just you experience nothing. You forgot. You lose track of where you are. You don't know what happened. You're not thinking of anything, right? It happened to you quite often.
But I don't become unconscious. I'm conscious of what's happening. But then it's hard to explain.
That's one form. One form of samadhi is when your mind blanks out completely. Okay? It's a deeper form of samadhi. Samadhi means concentration in Sanskrit. The other form is while you're still. Samadhi in stillness. There's also samadhi in movement. When you're moving, you're doing something, you're cooking, okay, and you cut off your fingers, you don't even feel anything. It happens, okay? You're not careful. Actually, it's not true. There's a form of samadhi when you're in motion, where actually you're able to concentrate on what you do alone, at minimal level of concentration, engagement in what you do, and you're at the expense of everything else, nothing else. Does this sound familiar? You can go, you know where you go, and you where you're going, and that's about the only thing. Okay, you still are engaged. So this is a not as deep level of samadhi, but it's also samadhi. Samadhi in motion. Okay? And samadhi in stillness. There are two different kinds. Okay? So what you're describing is samadhi in motion.
It's not distraction at all.
It's not distraction.
There is a difference between distraction and samadhi.
Giving you an example of samadhi in motion. Okay? Hai cái là định trong cái yên tĩnh, định trong cái động. Định yên tĩnh là khi quý vị ngồi thiền mà quý vị cái óc mình nó trống tất cả, cái đó là định trong yên tĩnh, không còn gì hết. Còn cái định trong cái đồng là quý vị đang đồng đậy mà vẫn trong định như thường. The samadhi in motion is that you are in motion, you have movement, but your mind is concentrated on the movement alone. Does it ring a bell? Yeah, that's it, right? That's it. For example, in our world, we teach people to use a small wood fish here. I tell them, I said, if you concentrate on the hitting alone right here, you enter samadhi. You say, how can you enter samadhi? You enter samadhi in motion. Your mind is only on this hitting. That's it. That's samadhi. Okay? So that samadhi enables you to function and concentrate on your task at hand. You're very, very effective. You waste no energy at all, right? You get there, are you tired? No. See? When you walk, you get tired, don't you? Because you spend energy. When you walk in samadhi in motion, you get there, and you feel refreshed. You feel better, actually. That's why he's always smiling. You see, of all of you, he's the only guy who's smiling all the time. And the other guy is smiling because they think I'm crazy. That's samadhi in motion. That's samadhi in motion. You get that? I was about to teach these boys and how these people, how to break in new people, but again, I forget. Yes?
Thưa Thầy, cái motion samadhi cũng có thể nói là như là chúng ta là trong trải nghiệm.
Yes. Cái đó là chánh niệm. That is called mindfulness. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
So it seems like that these distracting thoughts and the normal state of thinking that most people are in all the time, is it useful for anything? Is it still have some use? Because it seems like
keeps you alive.
It keeps you alive.
Keeps you alive. It increases your aging, so that it creates jobs for doctors and nurses, and investment people and bankers and so on. It makes the world go round. Yeah. We are confusing each other. Okay? So, but the meditation is a skill you develop so that you can stop that at will. Okay? For example, the Chan people, Vipassana, the accomplished Vipassana teachers, they can stop that conscious processing. They stop completely at will. Okay? And you can go even much further than that, much higher than that. Okay? So the purpose of meditation, the Chan we're teaching you, is help you develop the ability to stop all mental processes at will. It's just like, stop! And everything is still. Everything. Nothing moves. Okay? All your mental processes stop. Your car, when you slam on the brakes, it takes at least 120 yards on a nice BMW. On a better BMW, it takes 120 yards. Okay? At 60 miles. It takes about 120 yards to stop. But this is how quickly our mind is. Stop right there. Okay? You can develop that ability. That's Chan. That's Chan. Chan is the Chinese name for the meditation technique we're teaching. Actually, it is one of the most advanced form of meditation that I know of. That's why we kept the name Chan instead of calling it Zen or meditation or Vipassana. It's far more powerful than the Vipassana, if you ask me. Just my personal opinion. Don't quote me, okay? Okay, it's very, very powerful form because it's the highest form of meditation technique in Buddhism is Chan, that I know of. It's Chan. Okay? And for Chan, to develop the ability to stop your thought process at will like that is still very low level for Chan. Chan is very, very high level. I know for you, most of you, it's impossible for you to imagine that your mind can stop at will like that, but it is possible. Okay? It is not that hard. Well, it's not that easy for you, but and it goes much, much further than that. The first significant level to us Chan practitioners is that you develop the ability to stop your thought processes at will. Okay? That's only the first level that we feel is worthwhile to practice.
And that's considered low level?
It's still pretty low level for us, yes. It's much higher level. So for example, the highest level is the Buddha's level, where it's just, I don't know what it is. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I just know it's incredible. It's just like, there's no way to describe it to you. I can't even imagine what it's like, even myself personally. I can't. Okay? That's how incredible it is. I have no clue what it's like. I tell you honestly. I have no clue. But I know it's just incredible. based on what I've seen from my teachers and what I heard from my teachers, it's just, even my teacher doesn't even know what it's like.
So it's a lifelong process?
It's not lifelong. Let me correct you. It's quadrillions of kalpas of lifetimes before you get there. It's that hard. If you think you got what you got is hot, it's nothing yet. Trust me. Going down there and being samadhi in motion is nothing yet. Nothing. I can't even see where your level we're talking about. It's pretty good. For you lay people, for you ordinary people, his level is not bad. It's remarkable, by the way. Okay, but compared to, for example, the level where you stop your thought processes at will like that, it's very low.
That's simple to do. You're saying that's simple to do, we can do that.
Yes, you still can.
On a higher level, it's more difficult
Yes, much more difficult.
to get to that.
Yes.
That place.
To get to the level where you stop your processes altogether is very difficult. It can be done. Some of my students can do it already. Okay? But beyond that, it's even more difficult. Very difficult. So it's kind of cool. You know, it's like, I don't know about you, but personally, I would always want to go and learn the best technique. So I looked around, I look everywhere. I look at Zen, I look at the Korean. The Mexicans have nothing, unfortunately. It's like, I look at Chinese, I look at the Vietnamese, I looked at and the Tibetans, I look at the Thai people, the Thai techniques, and I found the Chinese to be the best. It's by far the best. Okay, so the reason being that to me, what matters is what kind of goals you set for yourself. Okay, it determines how far you're gonna get. Okay, so I didn't know, but I was lucked out. I learned from later I realized I learned from the best Chan teacher alive I could find. He was here in the U.S. My late Chinese teacher is called Master YongHua. You can look it up on the internet. He's very, very big, after he died in particular. And his Chan teaching is, to me, by far the best of all the other teachers I've got a chance to encounter, including Vipassana, including Thai monks. I met, for example, the national teacher. I know of a national teacher of the king of Thailand. Okay, he's a monk. He's not bad, but he's still very low compared to the Chinese. I met many teachers, and I found my teacher to be by far the best. He's very, very advanced. He's way beyond the stopping all thoughts. Way beyond. It's kind of cool, and so you see, you meet these people, and it makes you humble. It makes you you see, it's so much more about this, and what fascinates us is to see that you can train to that level. It's possible, So may not be this lifetime, but at least you're aware that you plant the seeds that you're able to see to go further. That's what interests me. Okay? All right, time is up. Any final questions? We need to go to lunch. Okay? All right, we talked a lot in English today. Ngày nay nói tiếng Anh hơi nhiều hơn tiếng Việt, tại vì đa số là nói dạng như cái gì mà người ta mới, ta chưa nghe, chưa biết thôi. Tại nên mong quý vị thông cảm. Bây giờ chúng ta ngừng lại đi dùng trưa. Let's stop here. Thank you all for coming. Let's go enjoy our lunch. Okay? And you can ask them more. I mean, there's some more of my trainees here. Master Xianjie, we call it XJ, and the other one is XC. Xianchi is Chinese. So you see, I'm Vietnamese and yet I learn Chinese, and I do it on purpose because I want them to understand the source of our Dharma. Because if you're not happy with what I'm teaching, go to something higher, like my teacher. You will not lose. You cannot go wrong. Okay? That's why I keep all these traditions so that you know where it comes from. I have nothing to hide. Okay? I wish you to learn whatever can serve you. Then I've done my job. Okay? All right, so the highest Chan I know of, again, is my teacher's. He's very, very advanced. Okay? But you have quite a ways to go before that. All right? All right, so ask them questions, ask us questions, whatever we can do to help you learn more about Chan, okay? We'll be glad to. All right? But go slow. It's a lot to learn. It's incredibly profound, incredibly beneficial. If you're worried about increasing, I will tell you this. Chan, in closing today, Chan is, as far as I know, because I look at all the meditation teachers, both Chinese and American and Thai and all those teachers, I found Chan to be the most powerful form of training in meditation. That's why we call it Chan. Okay? So stick around, come back, and we'll be glad to share more with you. Okay? You can increase your concentration power a lot more than what we have right now with Chan. Much quicker than you think. Very quickly. Okay? It would be interesting to show you how to do that. Because
I do have a question.
Yes.
So, how do you say Vipassana? How do you say it?
Vipassana?
Vipassana is the lesser vehicle and Chan is the greater vehicle?
Yes, Chan is the big vehicle. Vipassana is a lesser vehicle, the small vehicle. And that's why the Chan teachers who understand Chan will be able to help you make progress a lot quicker than Vipassana. When I first started, I learned I learned about the lesser vehicle dharmas because there are a lot more teachers around. Because very few Chan teachers who understand Chan. Very few, let me assure you. You can count on your fingers, on the tip of your fingers, right now. That's it. So it's very, very difficult. So I learned Vipassana, and then finally I found my Chinese teacher, and I didn't understand his depth until I followed his technique. I realized that I was making progress a lot quicker than Vipassana and the breathing and all those things. That's why now I can make fun of the breathing and all those things, because you can't make fun of it until you have something better, okay? All right? Yeah. All right, so Vipassana is good, but it's not as powerful. You will not make progress as quickly as in Chan. That's my experience has been. Not only from me, personally, but also in my students. They learn, like you, they learn from breathing, they learn Vipassana. Yeah, I have a nun, for example, who practiced for 15 years, Vipassana and those things, and learn all the Vietnamese monks, big names. She learned from all of them, and they all taught her something, taught her their own personal techniques. And she came here, and I taught her to meditate, and she blossomed very quickly. And then she herself told me, I didn't realize that Mahayana Chan is so powerful. That it is so much more effective in developing concentration if you know how to practice. Okay? All right, so that's for future talks. Okay? Thank you. Let's go to lunch.